The infamous 280E tax exemption. Here's what you need to know about it. Beyond some of the more conceptually difficult and frustrating constitutional issues surrounding the federal criminalization of cannabis, businesses in this space are also forced to contend with onerous practical implications for its status as a Schedule I drug under the Controlled Substance Act. Indeed, as a Schedule I substance, the DEA has determined that cannabis is among the most dangerous of drugs, quote, with no currently accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. If you felt a jolt of revulsion at the absurdity of this claim, rest assured, you are in good company. One such day-to-day difficulty cannabis businesses face involves the extent to which companies may write off general business expenses for purposes of taxation. This issue is particularly challenging to grapple with in states where cannabis has been legalized. So what exactly is 280E? As a general matter, businesses may claim tax deductions on expenses that are ordinary and necessary to the production of their given trade. IRC 280E, however, precludes companies trafficking illegal substances from claiming the same sort of tax deductions. Indeed, contained within Congress's Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act of 1982 is IRC 280E, which establishes the following. No deduction or credit shall be allowed for any amount paid or incurred during the taxable year in carrying on any trade or business if such trade or business or the activities which comprise such trade or business consists of trafficking in controlled substances within the meaning of Schedule I and Schedule II of the Controlled Substance Act, which is prohibited by federal law or the law of any state in which such trade or business is conducted. 280E was designed specifically because of its crippling financial ramifications and was drafted to dissuade entrepreneurs from starting cannabis businesses. So, can any expense be deducted? Notably, while general business expenses, phone bills, internet, basic office supplies, are precluded from tax exemptions under 280E, expenses related to the cost of goods sold, COGS, are not and can be deducted as a business expense. Indeed, in an internal IRS memorandum released on 1/23/2015, the IRS invoked the language of a previous case and defines COGS as expenditures necessary to acquire, construct, or extract a physical product which is to be sold. Now look, the general business expense exception sometimes. Since IRC 280's inception, there have been several cases which have dealt with its practical implications. Most famously, the impactful California's Helping to Alleviate Medical Problems case, which stood for the proposition that dispensaries that also offer separate and auxiliary services to the sale of cannabis may claim tax exemptions on general business expenses. Naturally, this decision, known as the CHAMP ruling, prompted dispensary owners to adopt the strategy of offering on a post hoc basis additional services within their dispensary space in order to get tax deductions. Unfortunately, the courts have viewed this strategy cynically, and in Olive versus Commissioner, they rejected the application of CHAMP and denied the dispensary owner the right to claim tax deductions on his general business expenses. Alright, so here's what the current state of 280E is and what it means for you. So, can dispensaries ever rely on the CHAMP ruling and attempt to claim general business expenses for auxiliary service offerings? Like a great deal of other areas of cannabis law, it really is impossible to know with any measure of true certainty. The Olive case certainly suggests that a court would look disfavorably on a blatant attempt to beat the 280E exemption by tossing in a few non-cannabis related services. Still, it may be the case that if a dispensary were to offer a bona fide service with meaningful and substantial value to its customers, a court would uphold Champ. Welcome to the Wild West of the cannabis industry. This is THC Legal Group. We're going to be putting forward a lot more information and legal tips on navigating through the cannabis industry. Click on the like button below and join us next time. Until then.